Hi. So this is supposed to be the Valentine's Day evening for me, at least. It's what 6 p.m. right now. I believe if you're in the USA, it is like 8 a.m. Just a second. I believe I have USA time, so it looks like it's 8 a.m. So morning. Good morning if you're listening to this. First of all, if you have a date or if you are listening to this on a later day because you have a date today or on the 14th, I hope you enjoy on the date. And yeah, if you have stories to tell about your best or worst Valentine's Day date, let me know. I don't have any, and I am here, nothing to do. Would you believe it? I had a presentation today on Valentine's Day. It's as if they specifically planned it so people who have dates couldn't go on dates. But yeah, we had a presentation today. It was pretty fun. Our presentation went well because me and my friend, neither of us have anywhere to go on this day. We were fine with it. Other people were not, but we still had it today anyways. Um, our presentation went fine. Nothing much to say. We didn't work too much, but we it was fine. Nothing much to say honestly. Today I wanted to talk about first of all. I mean, it's Valentine's Day. I wanted to do something romantic, but because I have been busy, I really can't. So all I'll be doing is just bantering about stuff that I always do. But yeah, I'm sorry, I had a small call. So I'll be bantering about the stuff that I always do. Not sure if that's romantic, but hope you at least enjoy it. As I believe the YouTuber I'm mentioning is called Lonely VA, as she puts it. You are lonely, I am lonely. Fine, we can be lonely together, or something along those lines. But yeah, so I'll be talking about my PC's customization. So I'll start with display settings, and why I'm going here is if you go to the scale and layout, your PC is usually stuck at 125% if you're on Windows, and that's put as recommended. I have it at 100%, which makes everything a slightly smaller. I have most of my font and everything quite small. So in general, if you look at my PC, also there will be background noise. I'm sorry about it. I was wondering, like so many people, I think not so many people, but I think a few people listened to my previous audio, which was not meant to be relaxing or anything. It was an experimental audio, and I'm worried. I hope it wasn't unpleasant or anything. If it was, I'm sorry. I hope that it wasn't too unpleasant. And yeah, uh, I really wish I had put more effort into that one because I think if I had been a bit more careful, it could have been a slightly better. Um, if you listen on a speaker or something, it should be fine. But if you listen on like headphones or earphones, it could be a bit harsh to listen to. By the way, if you listen to any audios in earphones for a long period of time like me, just a reminder to take them off time to time and not strain your ears too much, not listen to them at very high volumes. But yeah, I do have tinnitus. Uh, it's not painful or anything, but it is there. I can hear it when everything is quiet. And it doesn't bother me anything, it's just there. But yeah, anyways, so as I was saying, my so everything in my PC is a bit small, the fonts and everything. I like it that way. I like fonts and letters being smaller in general. I might look into a way to remove all text from my PC because I actually like that look, like not having any text at all. I need to change my wallpaper. So I have been wanting to make my wallpaper, change my wallpaper to something from Slay the Princess. The game comes with like a gallery of wallpaper. They range from 1080p to 4K, I believe, including a 2K folder as well. All of them are very pretty images. But in my phone, actually, I also have everything set to low font size. So let me open the settings quickly. So in general, if you see my, I think I've talked about this slightly before in brief, but I think not everyone needs to do this, but if anyone does it, I like it a lot when your phone or whatever looks very different from everyone else's. Not just the wallpaper, but like, it feels different to you. So for example, I can post a photo of my, I'll actually take a screenshot and I'll post it somewhere, someday in Reddit or somewhere. My phone, the home screen, you can see no text at all. So the first thing you might notice on my phone is that it has no lock. So what it means is if I press the button that's supposed to lock the phone, when my phone is black, like the screen is black, it just turns it on. Also my screen has OLED, this thing called always on display. Basically when your phone is locked, it will show the time, and I like it. I have it in the color pink, and when you open unlock the phone, it just goes straight to the home screen. And this is, I'll just describe the home screen. It's completely black. That was a loud crash, but yeah, it's completely black. On the top there are like a pair of cat eyes that are like blue tinted, and then on the bottom there is a row of black and white icons, and that's it. There's no text, there's no battery indicator, there's the whole status bar where you see the battery, the time. There's none of that. There's zero text on the screen, there's zero lines on the screen. It's just a couple of icons and a pair of cat eyes. That's it. I love this a lot. I love having my phone look very simple. Like if I leave my phone open, unlocked on the table, it looks cool. So I like it. I have gone through different iteration. At one point, my PC looked. It had that. I was going through that Iron Man phase, like every kid had, where they would customize their PC to look like Jarvis. It was pretty cool as well. I had at one point set up my PC to recognize my voice completely, so I could give it voice commands and it would work. I might set it up again sometime, especially now that I have a very clean mic. I'm tempted to do it at some point, but yeah. Okay, so I'll go to the setting, which I was supposed to do like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, so here, if I search size, for example, there's this thing called font size and style. So here you can set the font size to small. Mine is the smallest. Then there is screen zoom. Then screen zoom is also set to the smallest. Usually screen zoom is, I think, by default set to the smallest only. So my phone, everyone, whenever they see my phone, they'll comment like, how small is your text? It just, I first of all, I prefer that look, but also it makes it so that you can read more without scrolling. So I don't have to scroll as much. So I can have a lot of text at one space and then I can read it. And when I am done with it, I can just scroll once and then read for like another 2 minutes or something. But yeah, as I said, most of my icons are black and white. This is an app, I think, called Charcoal, I believe. There are a couple. There's white icons, Charcoal, and yeah. Back to my PC actually. So my home screen has a wallpaper from the music video Kororon, and Eve is the channel, I believe. And there I have this heart icon which is camouflaged in the wallpaper. So if you look closely, you can see a heart, but it has no text. So if you have used any folder software, you'll know that usually folders have like names in them. I've mentioned this trick before. You can basically press Alt 0160 and it will insert a space, and you can then press enter and it will rename that. I mean, while renaming your folder, you can do this trick, and what it will do is rename your folder to nothing. So it will be just a blank folder. name wise. And so again, my desktop has no names or no text, other than there's like lyrics written in Japanese, I believe, in the right side. So yeah, when you open it, you will find four things. One is the Pride and Prejudice PDF, which I do intend to continue soon. There is a icon. There's basically the PlayStation icon, so the triangle, square, X, and 0, and that's a folder. Again, none of these are named except for the PDF. So the Pride and Prejudice one is sorry, the yeah, so that's the PDF. There's this one, the PlayStation one, which is where all my games are. Last time I think I mentioned this, I got hacked, so I had to reinstall my Windows just to be sure that there's no viruses or anything. So I lost all my games again. Not lost, but I just have to reinstall them. So yeah, then there's a PC icon, but it's orange tinted. So that's where all my software shortcuts are. And then there is another icon which is for my project work related stuff. But yeah, other than that, I have a bunch of mouse cursors. So I'll open the cursor settings quickly. Change the mouse pointer display. So I have created, so all of these cursors I have created myself. It was a combination of using Krita and a real world cursor. These two are what I used to create the mouse cursors. It's a pretty obscure process. Like, it's not difficult, but it's tricky to find out how to do it. If you want to know, I can maybe tell it next time, because I'm not prepared right now to tell how to do it, because I don't remember very well. But mouse cursor, so I have created this one. It is, I'll share these photos at some point, maybe even when you're listening to this, you can maybe like see in the comments or something. I might have posted the links. But basically the first one is this cursor. It looks cool, that's all I can say. It's pink and green colored. I have made it so it is fairly contrasty in both dark and light environments, backgrounds. Then there is this other one which is animated. It has like this diamond thingy in the bottom that like shines. It's not very well animated, but it's functional. There is the busy icon, which I love a lot. It's basically an eye that opens, looks around, and closes. It's pretty cool. I'll share this one for sure. I'll need to make GIFs of these. There is the text select, which is a feather. It's not very well drawn. I need to redraw some of this, but it is there. So it's a feather icon. And I think that's it. Yeah. And the last is a link select, where the first icon, the first cursor just turns red. So yeah, these are the ones that I have. Other than that, I have these. I have talked about this before, but there are these things called, let me just expand the name, DeskThemePack. So the file, so for example, if you create a, let's say a video, it's .mp4 or .mkv or something like this, right? So these are .deskThemePack, or just themepack for an older version of Windows, I believe. So I have Neir Automata Sounds 1.02 .deskThemePack. If you search for this online, you should be able to find it. What it does is it changes some of the sounds in your PC to some of the sounds included in this theme pack. Theme packs generally change your wallpaper, your sounds, your mouse cursor, and everything. I use this one specifically for sounds. So I change my startup sound and whatnot. So when I double click someone or there's an error or something, it will change to this one. And it's pretty cool. For theme packs, all you need to do is you need to double click them. And obviously all of these are for Windows. I'm not familiar with Mac. I'm sorry. I don't know how to customize it very well because I've never used one myself. But yeah, so theme packs, all you need to do is just double click them and they will kind of apply all these settings so your PC will now sound or look a certain way. There are multiple versions, or not versions, but like multiple themes available. So you can I'll share, I'll show, not show, I'll name the ones that I have. So I have anime sounds, Gears of War, Linux Ubuntu, Near Automata, and woman sounds. Okay, I don't know why I have that one. I think this is because I was trying to have my PC like sound like, because in Near Automata one it does have those sounds. So it does have like a woman saying storage detected or something like this. It's pretty cool. I'm bad at that, but it is pretty cool when they say it, because it has this cyberpunk theme to it. And yeah, anyway, so you can find more of these online, I'm pretty sure. All that these change is the wallpaper, mouse cursors, and some sounds. So feel free to play around with them. You can also export your own oh wait, I should do that. Wait. Personalize, I suppose. I'll also mention this. So I've talked about this quite a few times, but I have never actually mentioned it specifically. Just a second. I'm trying to see themes. Okay. Can I export? Wait, what? Save theme. Medusa. Okay, interesting. Oh my god. That looks like I can actually share this with you guys. That would be insane. I'll try this. If I can share this, I will. And then you can see it. I will mention this though. Do save your PC before. I just noticed my mic peaked in the last few words. But anyways, what I mean by save your PC is you can go to right click on your desktop, go to personalize, then themes, and then save theme, I believe. So there should be an option called save theme, and once you save it you can revert back to that anytime. So then you can just double click on this file that I can share, and you should be able to see what my PC looks like. One thing I'll mention, so the startup sound is, for a lack of a better word, okay, I was going to say something, but I don't know what. It's very difficult to change. It's not at all simple to change the startup sound, and I'll just go through this quickly. Firstly, you have to have a software that is able to hack resources. Basically, it's something that you use to edit certain system files. One of them is called Resource Hacker. So you can download that and use that. You have to go to system resources in Windows, I believe, and in system 32 folder. You have to go there. I'm explaining this roughly because I don't actually want anyone to try this, because more chances are that you will mess something up. But yeah, you have to go there. You have to open a certain folder in Resource Hacker. You have to go and select change resource and change the startup sound to something that you want to play. Then you have to save that file in your desktop or anywhere, to be honest, but desktop is just more convenient. Then you have to restart your PC in troubleshooting mode or like recovery mode or something. You have to go to command prompt, open command prompt after putting your password. You have to then you have to then you have to then put in codes. So basically you have to run use command prompt to delete the original file that's in the Windows system32 folder. Then you have to replace, or not delete, I guess you just have to rename it to something else. Deleting also works, but renaming basically makes it a backup. Then you have to put your modified file to system32 folder and then restart your PC. I hope you understand what I meant when I said it's not easy to change the startup sound. It's hilariously difficult. LifeWire, I believe, the website has a tutorial type thing on it. which was very helpful. But yeah, very annoying. I'll also mention this. So there's this thing that I coined, which is gamer virginity of a PC, and it's not anything dirty. What it is whenever someone buys a new laptop and wants to play a game, and they download a game and install it, more often than not they'll not be able to play it, and it's because their PC is still a virgin in terms of gaming. I'll explain what that means, but I should just mention this. If you're not pirating the game, so if you're buying them from Epic or Steam or something, this probably won't happen to you. But if you're pirating the games, what happens is you need to first install these things called DirectX and Visual C++. Uh, these are collectively known as redistributables or Redist. And whenever I buy a new PC, or I mean, I'm saying that as if I do it all the time, but whenever I know that someone wants to play a game on their PC and they have never before, I need to first download those things and install them. And yeah, I just call it that because it's like, for the first time your PC is uh, unlocking its capability to play games by installing certain things. It feels very intimate to me, but I thought you might find it amusing. Okay. Yeah, I am so sorry. I don't have anything romantic to say. It just feels weird to not do anything. I mean, to do anything romantic in a non-audio roleplay thing. Like when I'm doing a roleplay or whatever, right? Like audio that's specifically to that. That is more comfortable to me because I'm like, okay, I'm just playing a role. I'm not saying any of these things. But when I'm talking in like a ramble or something, it just feels weird. It's like, you guys are my friends. I don't, what am I supposed to say? But yeah, I'm also feeling this unsaid pressure to say something uh, romantic. But yeah, I will release some romantic role plays if you are waiting for them. For sure, the Pride and Prejudice, because I was enjoying that story a lot. Surprisingly, it holds up today. I wasn't expecting such a old story to be quite this relatable. But yeah. Um, so yeah, it's getting late today here. As I said, we had our presentation, we finished it, and now we are just sitting. Me and my friend are waiting for dinner. Today we don't have dinner. We have pest control instead. So our mess will not be serving us dinner tonight. I was joking like, should I even say this joke? I was joking like, if the presentation goes wrong, we can just always have the pest control dinner. I'm not sure if this is too dark for this subreddit. I'm sorry if it is. But yeah. Should I just continue my apps? What was the last app? App. What was that thing? Uh, app. I got distracted. Just a second. So, what was that app? Um, how did I get this badly distracted? Okay, I will reorient myself in a second. Okay, okay, got it. What was my last app that I covered on my app reading about my apps series or whatever? Um, Ramble. Um, Sorry for the silence. Okay, it was K. Yeah, I remember. I only have one app, don't I? Which is Knife It. Yeah. So I can talk about these. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Sure, I will. I just wanted to mention. By the way, I never mention people who interact with me in comments. So there are a couple of people who always comment on my, or not always. Again, there's no pressure to ever, but there are people who comment on my posts and stuff, and it's always like, I am so grateful, and it always feels almost unreal. Like it feels almost unreal. Oh, just a second. It always feels unreal to read these comments because I'm still getting used to the, oh, there are other people who are listening to me and who are maybe enjoying listening to me. It feels uh, very good, first of all, but also, yeah, I don't want to, like, my priority in my head is never to make any of them uncomfortable. So I don't never want to like acknowledge them in any audios, but I just want you to know, if you're listening to this and if you're commented, I'm really grateful, and no pressure to keep doing it, but it does make my day so much better. Like, no matter what's happening in my day, if I read a comment on Reddit ever, it just instantly brightens it up, lights it up. But yeah, so thanks for all the comments. But yeah, so going back to my apps, let's do this. um I still don't believe, like, I mean, I believe it, but it's still hard to believe that people actually find this interesting. I mean, I would love if, uh, I would love to hear random stuff from you guys. I always do whenever, because some of the people I follow also do this kind of stuff, and it's super fun. It's super fun to just hear. It's like a friend just sitting with you, just sharing their. In this, this is what friends do, right? They just talk about random stuff, and you just hear them talk. So yeah. Anyways, so L is the next letter. So the first one is leaf blower revolution. The thing about leaf blower revolution is that I have not played it. It's an idle game. I really want to play it. So I have also never shared my music thing. I will share it this time. I swear to God. I'll write it down so I don't forget it. But yeah, leaf blower revolution. It looks fun. Wait, what is this? What is this? Okay, I guess you have to like clean your lawn. Okay, I don't really get how to play this, but I think you can faintly hear the music. I should have turned the music off, but yeah. Let me just put. I wanna hear your thoughts on the music. Again, my music is not something that I do professionally or too much of interest or anything, but I do enjoy making it, and you might find it interesting. But yeah, so Leaf Blow Revolution. It's a cute game. Look it up if you want. Lead Speak Generator. So what Lead is it's basically like a pseudo language. Like it's one of those slang languages. You know, when you see like something. So basically, let's say there's leaf, right? If I want to write leaf, you will see some places the E can be replaced with a 3, so it will be spelled as L3AF. And for example, I'll just put my name in lead speak. So what lead speak generator does is you can put a normal string of sentences there, and it will convert it into lead speak language or lead speak version of it. So I put swap briar in it, and this is how it spells it: 5W4P 8R14R. So basically replacing all the A's with 4, because in capital letter that's what it looks like. 5 with S, which makes sense, and B with 8, which also makes sense. But yeah, so that's one thing, lead speak generator. Lemuroid. So if I'm not wrong, Lemuroid is actually an emulator, and yes, it is in fact an emulator. It looks like it's a GBA emulator, so Game Boy Advanced. I haven't played it too much, so I'm assuming that this was back when I was testing different games to try on. It has a pretty cool UI actually. I love this UI a lot. Uh, I am not sure why I didn't continue it. I guess because I was trying to have the save files transfer between PC and Android. That would make sense. But LMU, right? Check it out if you want. It looks very cool. I think it's one of the simpler ones. There is Lens, which I believe is Microsoft Lens actually. I use it mostly for creating PDFs and stuff. Funny thing, by the way, there was a very cool app that would you can take a photo of a document and it would like wash it out completely and make it into a clean looking PDF. It got banned from India because it was a Chinese app. There is some serious like politics or whatever going on here. I'm pretty sure the app itself was also like super dangerous to you. Like it would collect all of your data and it was just a harmful app in general to have on your phone. It would my main problem isn't the data collection because I don't really care about it. But the more important thing is it would just run constantly on your phone, so it would just drain all your energy, like all your battery. To me, that's more annoying. But yeah, so that's Lens. There's Letterboxd, so it's letter, then box, then D. It's an app. So I might have mentioned the friend that makes short films. Sorry, who is really into films and he's making a short film right now. That guy is who recommended me this app. So this is basically you can. This is basically I mean you might already know about this, but this is basically like a movie rating slash review slash Wikipedia of movies. Basically, you can go here, you can find almost every single movie out there. It's pretty fun. There are like the comment section or the review section is a mixture of good reviews and good jokes. But yeah, there's Lee Chess. So Lee Chess, the Lee stands for Libre Chess. It's an open source chess website slash app. The only reason I have Lee Chess is because Lee Chess has free unlimited chess puzzles, whereas chess, the one with chess.com, does not. But yeah, there's Life RPG, which I believe is a collection of games or apps, I should say, which try to gamify everyday tasks. So you can put like everyday tasks in it and you can set a timer or whatever, and if you do it you can tick it and it will give you a point or something and you can buy stuff from those points. I have to retry these and they're pretty cool. If you are motivated by that kind of stuff, these can be very helpful. I have kind of grown out of them. I used them at one point a lot and they did help me somewhat, but nowadays I don't have that much use for them, but I really want to try them again. So Life RPG is one of them. There is this app called Lit, which actually is light erotica. I don't read this anymore, but at one point I really used to, and it was pretty fun. Okay, Lithium. Lithium is a reader, I believe. So it's a EPUB reader, if I'm not wrong. EPUB is, if you don't know, it's a, I might be wrong actually, but it's one of the PDF slash ebook readers. And EPUB is, I believe, a ebook format. But yeah, then there's Little Big City. This game has so much nostalgia, and it is such a good game as well. It's one of those games where you have to run a city or farm as a mayor, and you have to, grow crops and buy new buildings. This game, okay, I'll mention the bad points about this game. Right now, as of now, this game has no supported modern Android version. Like the version that I have, if I open it, half of the screen is cut off, it's stretched, I can't click most of the stuff, it doesn't work properly. But in the version that it does, I need to find an emulator, to be honest, to run this, because this is a game worth spending that much time setting up. The good things about this game, it's first of all a super simple game. There's nothing complicated in this game, but there is so much new stuff you can do. You can get new crops, it's just a simple game. It's one of the most simple games. It's, the Clash of Clan formula. I believe this that had to be stolen from this, because this had that, waiting a day, a week to get stuff. One of the best things in this game is, how in every game you have certain currencies that you can only buy from money. In this game, you can get that currency without spending real money. just by playing in-game like games and at an acceptable rate. Like you can realistically buy anything in this game. You just have to save properly, but you really can, and that's impressive. It's a very old game. It's Game Loft. It's super old, and it's really impressive. The niceness of this game. It has this mechanic where you can grow crops, and if you don't collect the crops at the correct time, they will wither out. They'll get destroyed. It's a super sweet game. Unfortunately, I can't recommend it because you can't play it right now. But if an older Android phone, if you have played it at some point, please let me know. I'd be dying to hear about it. If you are on iPhone or something, check it out. It's Little Big City, not 2, not 3, specifically the first one. You can't find it on Play Store. I'm very, very certain because they removed it, or at either that, or you just literally can't. You literally just can't download it because it doesn't exist anymore on it's not supported in your phone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't. Sorry, I'm moving a little bit if you are hearing a bit of noise, but yeah, there are games that have tried to capture the beauty of it, but what they don't do is they aren't simple. They're either just trying to get your money, or they're trying to be too fancy or whatever. This was just the peak of this simple like farm simulator game, and nothing can beat it. I don't think ever again. Maybe I'm talking too much for a game. Maybe it's just my nostalgia blinding me to death. But this is one of the best ones out there. There is this game which is Load Runner 1. So I have a lot of like a lore when it comes to games, especially Android games. So I am planning to make a YouTube video on one of this. So if you search Orange Nose Studios, maybe you won't really find. So right now I search Orange Nose Studio and I can't even find the studio itself. Yeah, I literally can't find it. So it's literally just not here. If you don't know, Orange Nose Studio used to be a super popular game studio. And the biggest reason for that was single-handedly the game. I'm just finding the name of the game so I don't like mess it up. Original. They removed so many games also, it looks like. So I think the name was Tricky Test. So right now if I go and search Tricky Test, the studio that it's associated with is Bulldog Lab. Now let me tell you, Bulldog Lab is not a real game studio. It doesn't exist. This game, Tricky Test, was not made by Bulldog Lab. It just literally was not. So what happened? Why is Tricky Test suddenly? First of all, where did Orange Nose Studio go? Why do they just not exist anymore? I have this game, by the way. I have this game, and if I open it, it doesn't acknowledge any association with Orange Nose Studio at all. Did Orange Nose Studio go bankrupt, or did they change their name to Bulldog Lab? I know that's not the case because the games that Orange Nose Studio made are not on this page, on Bulldog Lab's page, and this is supposed to be a YouTube video, but whatever. So they don't have that in their page. Those games that Orange Nose made, they have these random games that look like they really were just made by random people, and instead it credits like some Harman Studios and Sony Interactive or something. I think Samsung or something, which is weird, which is odd. Then there is the game that I talked about, Load Runner 1. So I'll search it right now. Okay, Load Runner 1. Let's see what happens before I say anything else. Okay, so as expected, Load Runner 1, this game doesn't exist in Google Play at all. I'll search the studio that's associated with it, which is Nexon, and it still doesn't come up. The one game that's legit, so Load Runner is a classic game. It's a very old game, I believe. Uh, so there is this game called Load Runner Classic, which is associated with Tozai Games. And if I go on their page, they only have this one game, which is around what, $30? No, $3. Is it $3? Oh yeah, it is $3. So it's around $3. I did 240 rupees for anyone curious in rupees. But the game Load Runner 1 is nowhere to be found. Okay, what happened? What about Nexon itself? Maybe if I go to Nexon Studios Games, Nexon Games. Okay, Nexon Company. So there's this company called Nexon Company, but they don't have Load Runner. Neither do they look like they make those type of games. There are other companies that are called Nexon, but they also don't look like they have those type of games. Okay, so let me go and search in Bing, not on Google, because Google, weirdly enough, when it comes to stuff like this, likes to censor the results a lot. And I'm not saying this randomly. I have tried this. I know this, that Google, for whatever reason, sometimes just doesn't give you the correct results for very specific things, also very random specific things that I wouldn't ever expect them to, sorry, that I would have ever expect them to censor. So I'll search Load Runner right now, Load Runner 1, and it shows me obviously the old versions and whatnot. Still okay, so here I am down at Moby Games. It says Load Runner 1 2017. Okay, let's see if I can find. So it says released on iPhone on May 2017. I know that's not completely true because it is in my phone right now or for Android. So it has to be for Android as well. It says Nexon Corporation is the publisher and developers is DevCat. I'll see if I can find a link to Play Store. So I'm trying. Okay, so we can see a release date for Android as well. Usually these websites will have linked the pages for Play Store or whatnot. So I'm just trying to see. So Load Runner 1 Nexon. I'll just search this now and see what comes up. And keep in mind, I have done all of this. I'm just kind of showing, like, revisiting this with you. I'll talk about the game itself afterwards, but for now I'm just revisiting this this phenomena, I guess, with this weird phenomena of just games just disappearing from. Okay, so now I found a link through a trailer for Google Play, and this is what it says. So I press the link. It's loading right now, and I know what it will say. It will say this game is not available in your region. Keep in mind, I have the game installed, and it says that it's not available in your region. It's loading right now. It's never going to load. I know it's never going to load because in the previous page in the browser I saw it says, so we are sorry, the requested URL was not found on this server. I'm not sure why this happens. This is a very interesting game. So Load Runner itself is a game where you have this gun which you can shoot in front of you in the ground, and it destroys the ground. So it's about like creating these mazes and like running around them. I used to create levels in this. It was very fun. You can create levels, and it was a very fun, cool game. But as you can see, I mean, it's loading still now, and I can't access it. I know I can't, and I don't know why. But this happens a lot. So one more game I'll try, Lone Wolf 18. So Lone Wolf is a game. Okay, so this one is available. I remember at one point this was also not there. So this is, I guess, a bit of, I mean, Lone Wolf, I don't have it, but it's good that I stumbled upon it. Lone Wolf is a super good story, super good Android game. I believe it should also be for iPhones. If you're talking about good games on smartphones, this has to be in like the top tier. The only bad thing about this is it has some very rough difficulty curves to get through, which you will need to either, I think, grind or spend money. It's made by FDG Entertainment, who have some random ass games on their pages, but some of the good ones are Red Ball, the series itself, and a lot of stick squad sniper guys, and basically stick sniper games. Oh wait, this did this also get oh my god, I think this also got shuffled around. Let me find a shift sniper. It looks like this also got shuffled around because there used to be a series of Stickman sniper games. Let me see. Stickman. I'm sorry if you didn't sign up for this this rabbit hole, but no hard feelings if you leave the audio right now. Not like I would know anyways. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, and I don't find it. I know that it used to be. I know for a fact that FDG games sniper. Let's see if I can find anything on. Okay, so you can find Stick Squad on FDG Entertainment's page. Nothing before or after that. Okay, so mobile games, Stick Squad. Yeah, it's not here. But I swear to God, Stick Squad. There used to be 4 of them, I think. Stick Squad 4. Let's see if. Yeah, see, on 4th September 2015, there is a video on Stick Squad 4. And this might be for one of those web games, like web browser games, but I swear to God, this used to be a 4 game series on Android as well, because I have played it and it's now nowhere to be seen. Let me just see if I can find a stick squad. I spelled squad incorrectly. Stick Squad 3 Android. Okay. So it brings back to Stick Squad sniper guys, which makes sense. But there is an up to down link for Stick Squad 3. Droid Gamers says Stick Squad 3 sniper game is now out on Google Play on 2015 by Brutal Studio. Okay, let me see if Brutal Studio exists. Brutal Studios. Okay, so they don't exist anymore, unsurprisingly. See, do you see what I mean? These things just disappear out of nowhere. Load Runner 1 is nowhere to be seen. Why? I have no idea. I don't know why they don't want you to play Load Runner 1 in India, I guess. I'm not sure if this is in other countries as well. But this just keeps happening, and it's just so fascinating to me. As I said, Original Studios, a lot of their games just disappeared out of nowhere. Original Studios disappeared out of nowhere. I have no idea why. They used to make pretty fun games. Tricky Test. These are by the way those type of games where you get those mobile ads where you have to like. It's a very obvious solution, but they're like playing it out as if like you don't know how to play it at all. The thing is that Tricky Test 1 was genuinely a game which was creative. It was genuinely a game where you had to think outside the box. It got cheap at certain points, but you have to use a lot of like interesting stuff as well. So that was the OG that kind of game, at least in Android. I'm pretty sure in Flash games there were more of those. But now it's just nowhere to be seen, and it's just weird to me. But yeah, I'll just finish this off. By the way, I think I mentioned this, but in Load Runner, it's a 2D platformer. There's no jumping. You just go from one place to another. It's a pretty fun game, pretty simple. It's a classic game from old school PC. But yeah. So then there is Lucid Dream Journal. This one would ask you every morning to write a lucid dream. I actually had a dream last night. It was very weird. Let me try and remember. Oh yeah, it was such a weird dream. I need to talk to my friend also, but because what happened was me and my friend. Okay, this will be a bit dark, but I think one of our classmates passed away, and we were going to meet that classmate's parents, but we saw their parents leave, and for whatever reason, me and my friend concluded that this is the best time to just rob their parents. So we went there, we broke into the house, we got everything that we could, every interesting thing, but we didn't find too much. So we just like messed up the place and like got out. And as soon as we get out of the house, we see this other guy. And by the way, this was all set in like a London looking place, which is weird, but okay, whatever. So we get out, and as soon as we get out and lock the door, as we lock the door, there's a guy who is like, "Oh, are you guys here to meet those people, Mr. and Mrs. XXX?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, we were here to meet them." And he's like, "Oh, they have gone for a week and they'll be coming back." And for whatever reason, me and my friend thought that these people are never going to come back. And when we heard that they're going to come back in like 2 days, we're like, "Oh my god." They'll come back, they see their house is messed up. We were the last people who were seen here. We need to put everything back. And we break into the house, we try to put everything back in place. But then few school students, like school friends from my school, show up and they start messing up the place again. And the place now starts looking like the back rooms. And there's like the huge like cabinets of like books and stuff, and we're like arranging all of it. And then suddenly night happens and I wake up, like I wake up in real life. Weird as dream. I will never rob people, by then, especially not old people, but also just people in general. I will never rob people, just to be clear. But that was a weird dream. But yeah, so lucid dreaming, it would ask you every morning about your dream, how it was, etc., etc. There's lucid waker, which is the alarm specifically designed to wake you up at certain points and turn itself off at certain points. It's made by one person actually. Let me open it up. So I think this is made by let me see the about. Yes, it's a very rough looking app. It's not a app that you would see and go, "Oh, this is a professional app." I believe this is made by like one person or something. Yeah, I think it doesn't mention it, but it's clearly not made by too many people. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Uh, Pretty cool app, especially for something that's was made by probably one person. But yeah, there's luck simulator, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. You just put so this is how the app looks. This is also a rough looking app, like one person made it. Test your luck. Your luck is, I can put like 20%, 20, and then it says out of, so then you can put like 100. So let me put 1 out of 4 and see. So I'll try it out like, let's say 10 times. So this is the first one. So I failed again, I failed again, I failed again. So I passed, I failed again, I failed again, I passed again, and I failed. So I passed 3 out of 10 times. So that's pretty close, I think. I was supposed to pass 2 out of 8 times. So that's fairly close. But yeah, this does have a bug. I believe in 1 in 4, it bugs out, and sometimes you'll get like 20 in a row without having any. By the way, if you're wondering, okay, so let me rant about this for a second. Randomness in anything computer related is very fascinating, because think about it. You have a machine that does exactly what you want it to do. If you tell it that add 2 plus 2, it will always give you 4. How do you create randomness in a machine like this? I'll give you a second. Think about it. Think about if I am with you sitting there, and you have to get random number out of me. You can just ask me, "Oh, tell me a number. Tell me a random number," and I'll tell you, "Okay, let's say 7." By the way, which is the most common number to say. If you ask people a random number, the most common answer is 7. I think the reason is because think about it. You won't say 1 because that's the first number. You won't say 10 because that's the last number out of 10. If I didn't mention, I meant like 1 to 10. If you say 2, that feels a bit weird. It's the first even number. 1 plus 1 is 2. Probably most people won't say it. 9 feels like an ultimatum, so people won't say it either. 3 feels like too generic of a number. And 8, is like 2 even. Like if you think about it, 8 is 2 to the power 3, so 2 into 2 into 2. You subconsciously think about it. So if I ask you a random number, 8 is not going to come out of your mouth as often, especially because it's an even number. Then you have 4, which is 2 into 2. This is also 2 even, so it doesn't feel right. There is 6, which is 2 into 3. 6 is, I guess, fairly common, but it's also even, and people tend to not say even numbers when asked for a random number. And 5, nobody is going to say, because 5 is a like, what do you call it? It's a middle number, and 5 is a special number also, like 3, where things happen in 5s. So 7 is the only one left. But yeah, so if you ask me for a random number, I can give you like 5, 2, whatever. But if you ask a machine, how is the machine going to give you a random number? You can't really ask a machine for a random number, can you? So people in the past have worked around this in certain ways. And to be clear, random numbers aren't something that you need in daily life. Most of the time, the reason for a random number is related to video games. In video games, you want random numbers to simulate randomness in real life. So the way you do it, there are a couple of ways, and this is going to ruin randomness for some people. But one of the ways is using a table. So basically, you'll have this randomness table, a chart of numbers between, let's say, 1 to 255, and they are like randomly hand set by a single person. So they are all just randomly put in any order. And when you ask the machine to give you a number, it will just select one number from that list. Obviously, the drawbacks is if you repeat this again and again, you'll get the same results. Famously in Doom, the first one, 1993, I believe, if you play the game, that game uses randomness tables. I'm forgetting the exact word for it, but it uses those tables. And because of that, if you do the exact same inputs every single tick or every single second basically for the game, it will have the exact same result. So everything will be exactly the same. Then the other way is to use an algorithm. That algorithm is not exactly like it doesn't it's not pure randomness. It tries to simulate randomness. There are various ways to do it. You can take a number, you can throw it through multiple divisions and whatnot, and you'll find a number that feels fairly random. But I think one of the more popular ways to do it, at least nowadays, and the one that I geek over a lot, is using your time. So basically, whenever you ask a computer for a random number, what it will do is it will like take the last digit of your millisecond or whatever the clock is, and it will give it to you. That's one of the most funniest things, because when you ask it, you're basically asking it at a random time, right? And you are not going to get the same answer every time. It's basically random. It's the closest to randomness we are going to get. Clocks in itself are very interesting in machines because they can't tell time. If you think about it, they don't have a proper perception of time. So I think they use various things like electricity and whatnot. There have been attempts at pure randomness. The way you do it is using the electrical resistance or something like this of a certain machine. But pure randomness is very difficult to get. You don't really get pure randomness that often. As I said, the closest you'll get is using the time, the clock of your machine, and using that as an input for any algorithm or whatever. But yeah. Anyways, I think that's it for today. Oh yeah, I have one app left. So Luck Simulator was the second last I believe, and the last is Lucky Patcher. So Lucky Patcher is an app that is basically, it takes any app and it patches it so that you can do certain things to it. So you can remove ads, for example, or you can make the purchases in the app free. Lucky Patcher is a risky app to use. I wouldn't recommend it to you unless you are willing to spend some time to experiment and learn about it properly. Because it's very easy to download something that looks like Lucky Patcher, but it's actually a virus. So you have to be knowledgeable about that. But also it's an app that changes certain things about your phone, because it has access to things in your phone that other apps don't, and it will be flagged as very dangerous to your app, to your phone. So it can legitimately harm your phone if you don't know how to use it correctly. So yeah, there's a learning curve to it. I use it for usually apps that are very annoying with ads, but I love the game or whatever. So I have to skip it because I'm not in a situation to pay for apps. I'm sorry if anyone is hearing and is a game developer or something. I will buy an app one day once I have good stability with my economical situation. But yeah, that's it. I want to say, if you are feeling lonely on Valentine's Day, I am too, and I wish we, as in me and you, could spend some time together. Obviously, this is a very weird situation to be in, where I am just sitting here talking to potentially no one. For all I know, no one is going to listen to this. I know that some people will. Um, but yeah, I really wish there was a way for us to hang out, because I would really love that. I think this is why I joined this side of the internet in general, the subreddit Pillow Talk Audio and whatnot, YouTube, and because I wanted to meet people who are, looking for people to hang out with, to for whatever reason, be it romantic or not. Um, I have found my people, I would say. I have found my tribe, but I have not found a way to. I mean, this is pretty good, honestly. Making the audios, saying stupid stuff and then regretting it later. Sometimes just deleting 30 minutes of audio. But yeah, it is fun. It's still makes me feel like, especially in my campus I'm seeing today. I went out for the presentation, right? I was seeing like couples all over the place. And I was like, I want this to, because it's really tough. I think, especially in the situation I am in, I don't really think I am able to like find a person. See, I don't want to get in a relationship just for the like. I don't want to get in a half-assed relationship where I'm not fully into it. I'm just there because I'm in the. I don't want to miss out on something. I don't want that. I want to be somewhere where with someone who I really care about and I really am passionate about. So, if that happens, then I will do my best. If I find someone like that, and if the stars align, if something happens where I am with someone who I'm friends with someone, or I meet someone who is, who feels like I will be very, very happy with them, and they seem interested in me, I'll do everything in my power to bring us closer together, in limits obviously. But I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. I do blame age for it a bit, because it seems like everyone around my age is like a bit adventurous, let's just say. It never feels like I belong here. Everyone is just doing all of this crazy stuff, and all I am uh, kind of looking for is just bit of, okay, it feels weird to say, but stability, I guess. I just want a bit of quiet, and it feels like everyone else is into loud music and stuff. But yeah, if you're feeling lonely, we have each other, and yeah, that's the most romantic thing I could think of. But yeah, I have heard that Valentine's Day is not only about romance. And it is getting dinner time for me, so I will leave. But yeah, hope this audio should be much better. I'm pretty confident, pretty sure that this will be nicer, pleasant to listen to. And yeah, take care of yourself. If you haven't eaten, go and eat something. Grab breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. If that's not there, grab ice cream. If you needed that little push, here it is. Grab that ice cream. Um, if social media has been stinging you, stay away from it. Maybe put it away for some time. Do your favorite hobbies. Tell me about it if you want to. And yeah, See you soon. Have a great day.